Hey guys, Rhett here, Section 8 guy. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave your questions and comments below. I want to talk today about maximizing cash flow and what that means for your rental property. Maximizing our cash flow means we are making the most amount of net profit we can possibly make on a property per month. And how do we do that? Well, for my properties that I own and that I have owned, how I maximize my cash flow is I make sure that the work done up front is done correctly. I tenant-proof my units to the fullest extent possible. Now, what I mean by that is this. The biggest hit to your cash flow, okay, that you cannot plan for, okay? Everything you should be able to plan for, right? When you get a loan, you know what the interest is gonna be, you know what the property taxes for, reasonably are gonna be. You have a really good idea about what that insurance is gonna be. You can plan and analyze each deal before you move into it and understand what your return is gonna be, right? But what you can never plan for is maintenance. So how do we make sure that on maintenance, we can cut that down as best as possible? And this is how we do it. We make sure that our contractor going in does a really, really good job in the work that he does. Okay, we make sure that the things in the units are very hard to break, very hard to destroy, and we limit the things that break down, that have the most issues, okay? If something needs electrical work and it's like, well, we don't need that done. If we're doing rehab and it's like, we can do that in a couple of years. Nope, I'm doing that right now. If something's old, if it's an old HVAC system that's gonna need repairs and it's gonna need to be fixed anyway, we're getting a whole new HVAC system, okay? Because you have an old HVAC system and it needs, $200 in repairs every year, and then 3 years later, 4 years later, it needs to be fixed. It's gonna cost you $4 or $5 grand anyway. Why'd you spend $200 for the first couple of years if you had to spend the couple thousand to get it fixed anyway? Doesn't make sense. Spend the money up front and it'll save you money over the long term, okay? I get good doors in all my units. I make sure that the doors aren't crappy cardboard, $40 doors. We're making sure that our stuff is better. It's better built. It's gonna last longer, okay? Steel doors that you can have in a unit for 30, 40 years, right? The cost up front is gonna be cheaper than how many doors you'll have to replace over the life of a couple of tenants, right? Things like that. Get rid of fans, get rid of washer and dryers, no dishwashers, no garbage disposals, okay? No funny sinks. Get things that are strong, secure. If there are cracks in the floor, get new laminate flooring. If you have any linoleum tile, rip it up. It's cracks all the time. Put better stuff down. Do things that are going to increase the longevity of your money. Do things that aren't gonna break, add things to the unit that need to be added, and when you do add things to the unit, make sure you're paying a good amount of money for them up front. Don't buy cheap stuff, it's going to break, okay? Don't buy appliances you don't need. You need a stove and range, oven, and refrigerator for, say, Section 8 properties. Don't buy crap, don't buy scratch and dent. I don't understand why you guys do this. I get calls all the time. Hey, Rhett, I just bought a rental property. I bought a scratch and dent refrigerator and stove. How much you spent on the rental property? Oh, $200,000. Okay, and you spent $400 on the stove and refrigerator? Oh yeah, okay, well did that make any sense? You spent almost $250,000 on a property and you're putting crap in it? Come on. You guys are killing me with some of that stuff. Think logically, commonsensically, okay? Put more money in up front, get better stuff, so it'll last longer. Get ready. This is this is not a very hard concept. The stuff that's more expensive holds up longer, right? So think about that. Oh, well, my tenant is, they're gonna ruin my stuff. They're, Section 8 tenants destroy everything. Blah. Not true. But human beings destroy everything over time. Would you want something that's a piece of crap from a scratch and dent or used you're buying on Facebook Marketplace that's already been in 4 houses, that's already had 12 different owners? Or would you want to get something new, something strong, something that's gonna last a while, something that can put up with some wear and tear? I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? You guys know it, right? I say it, it sounds more common sense, right? It is common sense. You guys are so smart. I know you guys understand that. It's just, oh, okay, wow, that actually does make sense. And guess what? It works. That's how we maximize our cash flow. It might hurt going out at first, but over the long term, we're trying to maximize cash flow. So how do we do that? We put more money in up front to make sure that that cash flow every month has the least amount of maintenance coming out of it. Okay, now you cannot avoid maintenance totally. Okay, maintenance will always just pick away at cash flow over time. All right, you might have some years where you put in $1,000 to a property. You might have some years you put in $10, right, to change a couple smoke detectors that are broke. But that's just how it is. We want to try and minimize the amount of maintenance that we do on a property over time. How do we do that? We have a contractor go in that we trust, that we really like, do really good work up front, tenant proof the unit, and spend more money up front so you can maximize your return over the long run. All right, guys, leave your questions and comments below. Look forward to reading them and answering back to everybody. We'll see you next time.